But we've got the fashion blogger Emma Smith here. Poppy quite hard there. And we're looking at clothing sales, for instance, up in the final quarter, as Poppy was saying there. So what's your take?
Do you know, it's a really hard one, because from a fashion journalist and fashion blogger point of view, we love what Marks & Spencer's have been doing. 2 years ago, they drafted in a whole new team to revamp their clothing line. Belinda Earle was brought in as the style director. And I have to say, she's done a pretty good job. They've got trend-led pieces, you know, they're taking all the trends and looks from the catwalks of Milan, Paris, New York, and they are transferring those into their stores very well. For instance, last year, the pink coat was everywhere. I don't know if you remember the famous Marks & Spencer's pink coat. The problem there was...
it was expensive.
Well, it actually wasn't too bad price, but no one could get hold of it. It had gone...
Yeah, you hear this quite a lot, actually.
Mad.
But the time people see the stuff in the adverts, it's not there in the stores. So what is that called? Is that a supply problem? What is that called?
Yeah, they've got the clothing right.
Yeah.
They didn't predict their sales correctly.
Ultra cautious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know where it's going wrong. As I say, from a fashion point of view, they've got some really
Maybe it's
strong
not going wrong in the
pieces.
fashion point of view. If you used to shop at Marks & Spencer's, or you know, and you don't now, where are you shopping? Where are you going to? Are you going to Next or?
Next are their main competitors, and they've been getting it right for the last 2 to 3 years. Their profits have been going like this, whereas Marks & Spencer's have been
Where
going
do
down.
Next get it right? Is it online by any chance?
And do you know, that's something I really wanted to talk to you about today.
Because I noticed I got newspapers or something the weekend, and there was a big supplement, there was a big pull-out thing that, and I actually just started flicking through it, because obviously they were attracting you to go online, do all your shopping there.
Marks & Spencer's have had a massive overhaul of their website in the last month or so. From a personal point of view, I absolutely hate it, but that's just my opinion. What I found with them is you'll see a fabulous dress in a magazine or a pair of shoes, and you'll go to the website, can't find it. You go in store and you can pick it up. But what I find weird and odd about that is who they're trying to target, this demographic of who they're trying to target, are online shoppers. Women in their 20s, their 30s or 40s.
All right. Well, I don't see any of those women really in that advert that they're running. I'd like to know, Isabel, if they're going to try and target you, this advert, and there's lots of names when you scratch beneath the surface. A lot of them you don't recognise immediately. What did you make of this?
I mean, yeah, I don't think that's trying to target me. It perhaps is trying to target my mum and that sort of age group. And I think, is that not part of the problem with Marks & Spencer's? They're trying to please everyone. On the one hand, they're trying to get Twiggy in and people like Rita Ora, trying to pull in the younger people. Then they're also trying to attract my mum into the store. And actually they end up with everybody leaving feeling a bit kind of, oh, that's not quite me.
Exactly. They're trying to be everything to everybody. It's never going to work. They need a more focused direction of where they're going. And they're trying to attract the 20-year-olds, the 20-year-old's mum, and then the 20-year-old's grandma. And you cannot please 3 generations of women. We're very hard to please at the best of times. But, you know, it's just, I think it's practically an impossible task to do.
No, not according to Scotty Boy, who's been in touch with me today. He says, just change the letters about in M&S and you'll get all sorts through the doors then, he says. Lyria says, get them to stop trying to be fashionable and make decent clothes like they used to, back to basics. What about quality? Because there's been a lot of criticism that for cost reasons they've moved offshore, they've moved abroad, and traditionally there were a lot of firms in Scotland and Wales and Ireland who were supplying these clothes to them. Do you think quality has been compromised in any way?
Personally, I don't think it has. But actually, on that note, they launched last autumn their Best of British collection, which is all about bringing things back to the UK, British craftsmanship.
Are these British clothes made in Thailand?
No, they're made on our shores. But then it's reflected in their price point, because you're talking about £800 for a man's suit, £200 or £200 to £300 for a woman's jacket. And I think the people that are going in Marks & Spencer's aren't necessarily thinking of parting with that sort of money for, you know, the high street chain that we all know and love.
Very interesting. Charlotte Jackson's just joined us for the sport. Got to ask you, Charlotte, do you shop in Marks & Spencer?
I've got to say, I do quite often go in there for the odd piece, and my mum always goes in there and she loves Peruna, and I think there are really nice pieces in there. That, I mean, if you know the collection that you like in M&S, Marks & Spencer's, then you know which area of the store to go to.
OK, so we're all not sure exactly what's wrong, but something's wrong. We all quite like it, but it's sort of down a little bit in terms of profits, and well, we'll just keep getting comments coming in. Really fascinating talking to you, Emma. Emma Smith is a fashion blogger and fashion journalist.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.